Hi guys, it's me. Today I want to talk about something that is very important. It's right here. It's self-esteem. The reason why I talk about this is because I've seen in some readings that sometimes we're still in this energy, right? As you know, the devil energy and low self-esteem, it's really not a good combination. Tell you why, because you're gonna end up here, right? Whenever I see these two cards in a reading, I really panic. I panic because this is a complete destruction of your soul. It's feeling like you will never love another human being again in your entire life. That's how it feels. I don't like to see these two cards in a reading, especially if they're close to each other. This is a balance that, an internal balance that we have. And you see the reason for this card being here. It's like, it's asking us to have patience, and it's also asking us to find like a middle ground. But when I see them together like this, right, in reverse, to me, I usually, whenever I see them like this, it's usually a case of someone that just went through a breakup and it's having a hard time letting go. It's having a hard time. This could easily turn into a major depression, because like I said, your self-esteem is like, it's gone. Your self-esteem, when we're in this energy, our self-esteem is nowhere to be found, right? Because we feel like everything is lost in our life. I mean, we all have been there, where we have loved someone that believes, like, the cute guy that thinks that he's I don't know, he or she that is like God's greatest gift to humanity. And right, like somebody that has a lot of people around celebrating and boosting his ego or her ego. And this is not good. This is not good, because it could easily turn into something negative. And like I said, when we have a low self-esteem, well, we love to be around this person, right? Because we are just at the mercy of whatever this person, whatever time or whatever BS wants to tell us. Because like I said, a lot of people have made this person feel like it's the last Coke in the desert. And for that reason, this person is like, well, I don't care. Right? Like, I don't care, I'm just gonna be the fool. And this is the problem. And like I said, whenever I see these two cards in reverse, it's not a good thing. When I see these two cards, I know that this person is going to be crying, it's going to be depressed, it's going to be it's not going to be having a good time. And this card, it's usually telling you that you need to find a middle ground. When I see these cards, it reminded me when what happened recently to Shakira. And I remember seeing a video of her in Instagram. I saw a video of her. She was waiting for her husband to come back from the men's dressing room after a game. And I remember that it was her and the media waiting for the guy, right, so they could take pictures, because he has just won some game or something. So the media was there, and everybody was just waiting, including her and her kids. And I remember that I saw her. The minute that he came out of the dressing room, I saw her face, right? Her face light up like a Christmas tree. And I was like, oh my God, like that is really bad. That is really bad. And she was looking at him, like I said, like if it was like, he was on a pedestal. And that was, to me, that was her mistake. Putting someone on a pedestal. That's the mistake that we make. We put these people on a pedestal, right? And because they're on a pedestal, they feel like, nobody can bring them down. And they're right. The only person that can bring this person down is you. You. And this is why we have to have our self-esteem always vibrating high, because we can run into this kind of people. People that will only give you breadcrumbs, right? Like they're like, well, yes, I could give you an equal give and take, but why would I do that, right? Why would I do that? I can find it easily with somebody else. So I just give you whatever breadcrumbs I have. And that is, yeah, that's not good. That's not good. And I remember when I saw her, yeah, she was like all happy. Her eyes were lit up, and you could tell like that guy sometimes, like he even felt uncomfortable of how much attention he got from her. And well, that's in my opinion. Like I thought like it was a little too much. And I was like, oh my God, like this will be the reason why they will split, because she's putting him on a pedestal. And sure enough, that's what happened. And that happened because, like I said, when we put somebody on a pedestal, well, these people start giving you less and less and less. And before you know it, you're the only one here, right? You're the only one working on this relationship. That person is like a fool, right? He's just living his life, feeling great about being admired by other people, by you mostly. And yeah, this is you, right? Working on this alone, staying up all night, looking on his social media, trying to find out what is he doing. Is he cheating? I wonder if he's meeting somebody else. I wonder what he's doing. All this stuff. And why? Because like I said, we have low self-esteem. We live here. This is where we live. When I always say, like, look, if you're the type of person, and I don't want to offend anybody by saying this, right? But I want you to see, to imagine this scenario. If you are the type of person that has low self-esteem, don't date somebody that gets a lot of attention, or marry one. Don't do that. Because the reason why I say this is because, like I said, this guy or this girl will always have somebody around, right? And well, sometimes it's just an ego trip that they have, but we don't know this, right? We don't know. It might be more than just an ego trip. He could actually, or she could take advantage of the whole attention that they're getting and turn it into something else. But like I said, if you are dating somebody, or and if you have low self-esteem, don't do it. Don't do it because well, that's what I would tell my friend, right? A friend of mine. Don't do it because, like I said, these people are always gonna have somebody around. And if your self-esteem is low, right? If your self-esteem is low, you will always live here, right here. It's fine, unable to sleep at night, thinking like, what is he doing? Who is he hanging out with? Is he talking to somebody on social media? This is gonna be your life, right? With this poor mentality. Why? Because your self-esteem is low, right? Because jealousy is nothing more than us feeling insecure about ourselves. And if you feel insecure and you're dating a guy like this, your life, I can promise you, your life is miserable right now. Because like I said, they're getting attention and stuff, and you will always be trying to spy on this person, trying to see what he's doing, who's he talking with, telling your friends, if you see this guy talking to somebody, just let me know. I'll take care of it. And do you really take care of it? No, you don't take care of it. You just become this. You just become this, and following by this is where you're going, right? Straight to being up at night, like I said, trying to find out what is he doing, not wanting to see what's going on because it hurts you. So yeah, don't date somebody like that. You'll be the only one working on that relationship, and and being here. And when you want to get out of this, it's gonna be difficult. How do I know this? Well, I've been there and done that, right? I made the mistake to put somebody on a pedestal, and yeah, this was me, right? I was there. I was feeling like, like I was worth a piece of shit, right? It was bad. It was bad because my self-esteem was like, on the ground, stomped. He was stomping on it. He was, he didn't care. And as much as I tried to be like, no, he really means well and blah blah blah, and everybody kept telling me like, why are you with this guy? Why do you see on him? He wasn't even cute. That was the worst part. He wasn't even like somebody, but he was an Aries. He had this thing. I mean, he is, I don't know. God knows whatever happened to him. But, he always had somebody that, he was somebody that would get attention, and he was one that will actually take advantage of this, the attention that he got. He liked it. It was his ego trip. It was, I am who I am. And you know what? I should have respected that. The fact that he was who he was. And it was fine. It was fine, right? As long as I had my my self-esteem under control, my feelings, it wouldn't be okay. But like I said, when you start dating somebody that is always like this, in this ego trap, and you usually feel like you're trapped in here, and your self-esteem, even if you come in with a self-esteem, your self-esteem will go to shit. Believe me. Why? Because the constant worry, the constant like lies, the constant putting all the work, and it's not fair. It's not fair to you. It wasn't fair to me. I gave it all, my everything, and it got to the point where like I turned into this. I was like, no more. Like, I pick up whatever dignity I had left, and I told him like I was done. Then it happened to me for the second time, but this time I already knew, right? I already knew, and I was like more careful now. And this time, because usually when we go through this stuff, there's usually a lesson that we need to learn, right? One of them is to have your self-esteem, right? To vibrate high with your self-esteem, to have a high self-esteem, and not to put anybody on a pedestal. Yeah, the second time around, I was more aware and I was like, oh no, this guy, he's talking to you and he's talking to I don't know how many other women. I was like, no, 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 no. I don't want to be in this again. Like, no, it's okay. You know what? I learned to respect people in this energy. I respect them. I was like, and instead of being over here in this energy of, you know, being in, having a broken heart in a million pieces, feeling like I was worth nothing, you know, I became to be that person on the pedestal. I was like, no, mofo, not this time. I was like, no. Why? Because, like I said, I raised my self-esteem and I put myself up here. And I was like, no more. Because I was like, you know what? There was a lesson that I needed to learn the first time. And I was like, what did I miss? This thing is repeating again for a reason. Because usually we repeat the same lesson until we learn it. And I was like, what did I miss? And what I learned that I missed, it was the fact that again, I was about to put somebody on a pedestal. Again. When it should be me the one here, right? You, the one that is getting leftovers, the one that is getting treated like worse than shit, the one that is always working on the relationship because this person is too busy romanticizing somebody else. No, like I said, I put myself first and I was like, you know what? That's it. I don't want to be in this energy. I learned to respect people. I learned to take my time and to learn from the lessons that I had already learned, that I thought I had already learned. But obviously I didn't. Otherwise it wouldn't have repeated all over again. And this time, like I said, I was more prepared. I was like, no, 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 no. No, I'm not putting myself on this again. No. And as soon as it started, I cut it. I cut it off. I was like, that's it. I know where I'm going. I know what I want. And I don't want to be with somebody that is, you know, not only getting attention from me, but from the entire village. You can't build with somebody like that. I was like, no, that's it. And yeah, and that was the lesson that I needed to learn. I needed to learn to love myself, to work on my self-esteem, and to never ever put someone on a pedestal, but to put myself, because that was the first time when it happened and when I became this person. I was like, you know what? I put you on a pedestal, I can easily bring you down. And that's what I did. I was like, that's it. You know, it takes two to tango, right? So if I didn't tango with him, you know, that was it. That was the end of it. And that's what I did. Like I said, I started working on my self-esteem. I started working on myself. And instead of working for this relationship, I started putting work on myself. And the second time that it came around, like I said, the first thing that you need to ask, why is this happening to me again? What I didn't learn the first time. There's usually something. Look in your past and check what didn't you learn the first time. And like I said, the thing that I didn't learn is that when I met somebody like that again, I was again like, right? Like, this is my one and only. I've been waiting for you my entire life. I was like, oh, fuck, no. No, 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 no. No, you gotta go, buddy. You gotta go, you know. Same way that you came riding on this horse, you need to leave now. And that's what I did. Cut it out. I was like, I need to cut it off because that's it. Like, by this time, like I said, my self-esteem was already, you know, high and you know, I have healed. I learned my lesson. whatever I didn't, I thought that I missed, I went back in the past trying to figure out what I did wrong, why I didn't learn the lesson the first time. And like I said, I found answers. The answer was I put it on a pedestal again when it shouldn't be me. And as soon as I did, well, everything started like working out for me, you know. And when you heal, you can see it. You can see it on yourself. I started looking at myself in the mirror more. I started being more happy. I started letting myself, you know, be who I always wanted to be. And why? Because instead of putting work in a relationship that wasn't working, I started like putting it on myself, and it works. So okay guys, that's all I wanted to tell you. Don't be this queen over here. Right? Don't be this queen over here, be this queen over here. And if you're a guy, the same thing. Never ever put anybody on a pedestal, except for me, right? Except for me. That was that was a test. That was a test. And you fail. No, that wasn't a test. No, just, you know, never, man, woman, whatever, always make sure that it's equal. Respect yourself, work on your self-esteem. It doesn't always have to be about, you know, loving someone else. You need to love yourself first. That's the most important thing that we need to do, because when we love ourselves first and these people come around, we usually will say, you know what, thank you very much, but no thank you. Maybe in another lives. So yeah, okay, well, I hope everybody's well. Thank you for the new subscribers. I really appreciate that you're here. Yeah, it means a lot to me. Thank you. I was getting choked up. Anyway, so thank you very much, and I hope that you know, you love yourself. It's the most important thing. So okay, bye.